Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy T, putting the G in geek, coming to you with another episode of On the Hunt. You know, the weekly web series where I kind of let you guys know the hot books that I'm looking for. I gotta say, as I start all the videos off by saying, you know, this isn't really investment advice. This isn't really financial advice, you know what I mean? We're just trying to get some of the hot books at cover price. This is just for fun. Also, another point of this video is if you could share information with me, share information with others. You know, I don't know what you're trying to get. I might want to get it. You know what I mean? The day is young. It's the best day of the week, comic day. So let's get right to it. So if you've been hanging around for a bit, you know that I always start out with Marvel. So, you know, as usual, we're just going to start there. The first book I'm going to pick up from Marvel is Captain America number 700. Not only is it a milestone issue, but it's supposed to be the intro to King Captain America. So I don't really know what kind of character that's going to be or what that's going to be about, but I don't know, it seems really worth the pickup. The next book I'm going to pick up is Champions number 19. This is supposed to be another book with a possible new hero intro. On this one, since, I mean, it is Champions, I'm going to actually have a flip through it and see, like, what he looks like, or if it's even in there, and if it is, maybe pick it up, depending on that. The next book I'm going to pick up is Domino number 1. Gail Simone always kills the series. You know, she's writing this. I don't know if this is supposed to be Marvel's answer to Harley. Do you think this is Marvel's answer to Harley? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see, but it still looks like an interesting book, and it'll be interesting to see how that shapes up. Next, I'm going to move on to, I will pick up Exiles number 1. The first Exile series actually had a good run. I think it made up to issue like 100, excuse me, yeah, like in the issue 100 range. So, you know, I'm going to pick that up, at least check it out. The last one was pretty successful. I don't really know much about the Exiles, so it's going to be interesting to see how the characters are and what it's about. The next book I'm going to pick up is Thanos number 18. Cates did an amazing job on the series. Even though it's the series conclusion, I'm sad to see it go. Hopefully Cates will pick up a new Thanos series and we can get more Thanos, but for now I'll definitely pick up the last of it and definitely look for that trade when it comes out. So see you soon, Mad Cat Titan. The last book I'm going to pick up is True Believers Infinity Gauntlet number 1. I guess this would be the second print of the Infinity Gauntlet number 1. I always like the True Believers series. They've always kind of resold. I mean, you're not getting rich off it, but I mean, they always sell for a little more. And hey, if you think about it, like some of these books that they're putting out, they never did have a second print, so technically, these are second prints. Even though it's got the True Believers right across the top, this is a reprint, or second print, so I think that's kind of cool. Next from Marvel, I would probably just move on to some covers. The first cover I'm going to pick up is Captain America number 700, the 1/50 Alex Ross variant. As with most incentives, especially these Alex Rosses, the high ratios, I don't expect extreme movement out of this one. But I will say it is an extremely cool Cap cover. I think Cap looks badass, the bike looks badass, and he just looks cool on it. It's a cool cover, and I would probably pick that up. I would probably stick to like around half market on that one. Next book I'm going to pick up is Domino number 1, the Seong Midtown exclusive cover. Again, Domino seems like it's the new hotness. I don't know how long it's going to last, but this cover is pretty cool. Personally, I wouldn't overpay much for this at all. I just think it's one of the best looking covers for the new Domino series, so I would probably run with that if I found it somewhere. Like sometimes I find those Midtown exclusives and PGX exclusives for like $6. So I mean, if I don't have high hopes, but if I did find that, I would pick that up. Next, I would pick up Domino number 1, the 1/50 J. Scott Campbell variant. I don't know, it seems to see some movement. They're die-hard J. Scott fans, so I mean, there is some flip potential if you find it. I would go half market. Personally, Campbell's getting a little bit boring for me, even though I do like his earlier stuff and some of that Spidey stuff, because it's Spidey I will try to collect and complete. Other than that, sometimes he gets a little derivative and boring, but at least it's a new pose. I don't know if I'm liking the pose yet, but at least it's new. Yeah, so that's about all for that book. The next I would grab Star Wars Thrawn number 3, the 1/25 Raza variant. It's just a really cool cover. I just like the cover of it. Again, it being a 1/25, I doubt we'd find this for a decent price, but I'm not really trying to overpay. I mean, Raza does have a following, so I mean, you could see it, you know, retain value, even maybe grow a tiny bit, but I don't know, it's just, you know, like I said, Raza's getting popular, but I still just couldn't overpay for the book, although it is a nice cover. Lastly, from Marvel, for covers, I'm going to pick up X-Men Red number 3. This is an In-Hyuk Lee cover, and man, it's sweet. Yeah, I would pick this up for sure. This is a really nice cover. I really don't know much about the series, but yeah, that would wrap it up for Marvel. I guess my superhero name would be Captain Predictable, because we're going to go right into DC. Not really much for events on DC this week, so it's just going to be straight covers. The first cover I'm going to pick up is Batgirl and the Birds of Prey number 21, the Shirahama B cover. It's a semi-cool action number 1 homage cover. I like how he's got the 3 girls on the motorbike and it looks like he's gonna throw it into the pussycat. An interesting little take, an interesting kind of action 1 homage, but I do think it's drawn well, so I might pick one of those up. Justice League of America number 28, you get another nice Matina cover. Superman's looking really good and ripped on it. Again, Matina's for cover price, even though they're getting a little more usual right now, you know what I mean. He's definitely picking up steam. You can find a lot for cover price, but I'm gonna still collect them. The next one I'd pick up is Supergirl number 20. This is the Art Germ variant. I really love this cover, and I would add it to PC immediately, which is what I'm gonna do. I wouldn't really pick up multiple copies of this unless you see it going for sets. All the stores have picked up on the Art Germs. The last 3 covers I could find anywhere still, so if you're gonna get this one, just get it purely for PC, or unless you're gonna complete some sets you've been collecting the whole time. I guess, and then I heard he's moving on to Catwoman, so I'm really excited to see Art Germ starting to do some of those Catwoman covers, man, so keep an eye out for those. Those are gonna be awesome. The next book I would pick up is Trinity number 21. This is a Sankovic cover. Again, Sankovic is really hit and miss for me, but I'm loving this Wonder Woman cover, man. She looks super raw. I don't know. She's just looking good. I think it's a good cover. Again, Sankovic being hit or miss, but I'm picking it up anyway. And lastly, from DC, I would pick up Wonder Woman number 44, the Friesen cover. Another artist that seems to be kind of hit and miss for me. Sometimes more hit than miss, but you never know. Like, some of her, in my opinion, some of her lips and teeth, I don't know, just certain smiles. But this one's really good, man. You get Superman and Wonder Woman. I like how it's kind of the cascade of the two. You get the Superman in his classic pose with his chest out, and then he's kind of interacting with Wonder Woman in the other panel, so to speak. So I don't know, really cool covers, really cool stuff from DC, even though it's just cover based. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna pick up. Next, we're gonna move right along to Image, and only a couple books from Image this week. The first book I would pick up is Crew number 1. Meh, I don't know, just looks interesting, maybe something new to pick up. Sometimes I just pick stuff up just to check it out. I don't know, I don't see much movement in this. I don't know, flip with your own discretion. Not really super hot on it, but it does look semi-interesting. I'm interested to see what it's even about. The next book I'd pick up is Dead Hand number 1. Now this looks interesting, and I've heard really good things about the story already. I've heard it's a super solid read. It could definitely be worth the checkout, like if it's going to trend like that, and really, you know, you might not see too many of it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm going to pick up from Image. Kind of a small week this week, so lastly, I'm going to pick up one book from Source Point Press, just a little company. It's called Haunted Highons. It looks kind of interesting, and it's sold out at the distributor level. Just another book that I would check out, especially on a small week. Looks kind of interesting, but again, the sellouts. I've heard that it's selling for about 10, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm going to have to flip through it again. Make sure you have a good look. Make sure it has good art in there if you are going to pick that up in hopes for it to stay at 10. So yeah, that's about it. Actually, I should have said second last about that Source Point, because I did realize that I did miss one book that I'm going to pick up. I don't know if this is much of speculation, but Mad Magazine, you know, the old school Mad Magazine, Alfred E. Newman, What Me Worry. They actually did a renumbering, so there's a new number 1 of that. I don't think that that's a spec pick at all. All I know is that back in the day, Mad Magazine accompanied me on many trips to the bathroom, to the John there, so, you know, I'm definitely going to pick up that, you know what I mean, and that's probably will be back in the John, you know what I mean, but still, a renumbering of Mad, that's an iconic book to me, something really good from my childhood, so I'm going to pick that up for sure. So, hey man, maybe if you're kind of into that or you remember that, check that out too. Well guys, that's going to do it for another episode of On the Hunt. You know, thanks for joining me, you know what I mean? Like, I hope you like the picks, and as always, if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Make sure you check out SaddleCityComics.com. We always have lots of cool stuff, you know, books on there all the time. Also, make sure you check out our other haul videos. I know the last one was kind of late, but we basically have been getting them up, and we're going to catch up on that. Yeah, you know, make sure you leave a comment if you're gonna pick up that Mad magazine for some bath. No, I'm just playing around like with that. I know, but still, I still think you should pick it up just because I love Mad magazine. But yeah, but anyways, you know, I would love to stay around and chat with you guys, but you know what I mean? That time is ticking. I gotta get my butt out there and get some of these books. I hope you guys have good luck getting these books too. See you next week. Peace.